For like 30 seconds in the time lapse, Trent's just gonna just be sitting there like.
Dude, nice posture, dude. The curvature on that thing.
Huh?
It's a 90-degree angle. What is your 45 angle?
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Let's talk.
Okay, Marlon, you can turn that way. Like just angle more that way.
Let's talk.
FTC has some wild things that has happened during the lifetime of F.I.R.S.T.
Yep.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything they want to bring up? Because I know I do. But who has an experience that they want to talk about, which has just kind of blown their minds with?
Oh, I do. Absolutely. 100%. See, I have these kids on my team, right? And then sometimes I don't think they're doing anything. I want them to be doing things, but I don't see any proof of them doing anything. And Marlon is a prime example.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I'm not able to do anything. That's what it's called.
So it appears that we are getting attacked currently, and that's okay because we have these feelings that we want to get out to people.
Aggression. It's rage. It's just
What period?
yeah.
It's just an emotion of upsetness.
Pure anger.
You too can join the hatred against programmers.
Why are programmers being targeted?
No,
Alright.
I'm just kidding. You guys are great.
Yeah, no, they're
Alright.
good.
Well, one thing that I have, one thing that I know about, I know Thomas can talk a little bit more about this. There was a season where the entire top of a robot just kind of came off during a competition. And if you want
No,
to,
it was the front. It was the front.
Oh, was it the front?
Yes. And Thomas, could you tell us why
That
that
might be
happened?
worse. Oh, that was even so.
That's comp one
so-
last year.
You kind of rush to build a robot as the season goes on, and we decided to go to the first comp, and instead of doing like an easy bot, we try to get the whole thing. So zip ties and duct tape were definitely used, and we got through inspection. You have to drive around and show mobility, and our intake had snagged on something which was currently being held in by zip ties, and it caused the bearings to rack and quite literally drop the entire front of the robot on the ground and just dragging around behind us. While half the team's screaming, the other half's just dying of laughter.
That is great.
Experience.
That's great.
Screaming.
We did not actually. Y'all did not win that competition.
No, we did. However, we did learn. We did learn the whole point of the NCC competition, and the way that they have it formatted is to evolve over time.
Yeah.
To start with a simpler concept and then add on to it, which is exactly what we're going to be doing this year.
Yeah, I absolutely, yeah. One of the things that I wanted to kind of like bring that into, I wanted to see, Thomas, in your opinion, because I know you were there, I personally was not. What do you think that team could have done? Like, could they have seen that in advance?
So going in differently, there was definitely a lot of struggles that season that led to us being there trying to get that robot done. So we definitely bit off more than we could chew, and that was kind of the whole thing that whole season is we had really ambitious goals, but just within our budget and what we had going on, it just wasn't really realistic for us to do. Time constraints, the complexity and everything. Another thing that came up really big there is on the CAD side. So 90 or 50% of your CAD or your time is spent doing 90% of the CAD, but that last 10% takes up half your time, and why it doesn't seem important, that is the difference between a bot going together and not going together.
Right.
And that right there really kind of changed and ate up at our, really the whole season.
Yeah.
Also, don't name a robot after Murphy's Law. It doesn't go well.
That's yes, it doesn't go
I
well.
would imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah. So, with that being said, how do we feel about our ideas, our build structure, what we're planning to do for this season?
I feel like it's going pretty good.
You do?
Yep.
Okay.
We've got strong base, and strong bases mean success.
I do agree.
I think that the intake is going to need more support. The turret is such a great idea. I love the turret. But the odometry is going to be a struggle because of budget issues. We have not been able to get Or
Right.
odometry pods.
Yeah.
It's also gonna be fun because like while the turret side is simple, the code side that's really complicated.
Oh yeah.
And vice versa, while the intake side it's really mechanically complicated. The code's really simple for it. So it's kind of fun these little like back and forth things.
Yeah.
Of what eats up one team is easy for the other, while vice versa. It's gonna be entertaining.
Yeah.
The range baiting will go crazy.
I do think it is going to be pretty fun. I'm quite excited for this season, to be honest. Because
Yeah, we've never had a shooter game before, have we?
This is for my second shooter.
This is his second. I've never had.
Okay.
He's always wanted to build a turret.
Yeah. And now we get to build one.
I
Yeah,
built
now
one.
we get to be one. Now we get to build one. Now we get to be one.
This
Okay.
is my biggest
Getting
I'm not my favorite
beat.
turret. I lied. F.R.S.T.
You too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
This one should not rip in half like the last one did.
Should.
I think this one's going to be great. I really like your design. I think you,
So do
as
you
far as
want?
CADing and engineering, you have some of the best designs I've ever seen a student.
Thank you.
Yeah, Thomas. Do you want to tell us more about that? Actually, tell us about what you're talking about with it ripping in two.
So we designed a turret for an FRC game that involved reaching. And what happened was the turret, so when you reach out, your forces kind of go through the roof. And we had reached out and extended past pretty far out, and the robot had rotated, and we had crossbars which could support the bearing. But we couldn't get a battery easily in. So we removed one of those crossbars to help with that. And it just happened to be on the side without a crossbar. And we had our arm all the way out, and the robot hit us, and it literally snapped the entire robot in half at the bearing. And it was pretty chaotic. It pretty much ripped the robot in two.
Yeah, that sounds rough.
Yep. So lesson learned there was A, support yourself properly. B, you don't really need a turret or a stacking challenge.
Gotcha. Can we get a battery? Can we get a charger over here?
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah,
Hey,
so
Portland's doing something.
yeah, right. He's
I
useful.
do stuff.
This is what I'm saying.
Slightly useful.
Yo, I'm working up the ranks.
You're
I'm
climbing.
bronze 2 now.
Hey, you're probably going to code the intake. If that's true about the intake, we'll start you off there because you don't do Java, do you, Marlon?
I don't. No.
The intake-
Not
The intake is pretty simple overall.
So that's a good starting point, I think, and Sean can help you out with that.
Yeah. Marlon has been looking into Pedro pathing for quite a bit now.
Yeah, he's actually really good at algorithms and math. Is that right?
Yeah. Oh no, we're still
Giant screener. I wanted to use gas strength, but gas strength it's
Yeah.
controlled.
Oh,
So it's
it's fine.
there's a turret kind of screw where as we turn it it's like 3 screws in one. All the pitches are different. So when
Let's
you turn
stand
one,
up.
they all spin. I'm trying to find one of those. That's the easiest, highest time you can get. So I'm working a little bit on that.
Yeah,
but
we're
my
good.
main
We're good
focus
again.
has been purple rain.
Yeah, I agree.
Whoa, stand
Let's
up.
talk about that. Is it recording?
Yeah, we're good again.
All right. So the strategy for this year, as we figured, is what we're calling purple rain. Would you like to talk about
Go
purple
ahead.
rain a little bit, Sean?
Yes, actually, yes. Purple Rain is the name of the robot that we are designing currently. We have a pretty thought out, build, idea, structure, stuff like that.
All right. Well, first, purple rain. The strategy is getting mostly purples lined up because if you line up all of the patterns, you'll get 16 points for pattern matching at the end of a phase. If you
Okay.
only do purple with no greens, you get 10. So it's only 6 points that you're losing. So the strat is to score as many purples as we can in there at the end of a phase. And then what are the coding challenges that go along with that?
All right. So the code is a little bit of a struggle. We're kind of dragging along, but it's pretty good. We've been coming up with better structure than what we have had in previous seasons, and I think that plays a huge part on how your code actually performs and how the robot performs in general. Is just having better structure, and choosing the right types of things to use in your code. Whether you're using if you have odometry, whether you're using odometry or whether you're using the motor encoders,
Well, what kind of electronic sensors are you going to be using? You're going to be using the Limelight.
Oh, yes, that's right. So we are going to be using the Limelight. Limelight's going to be mainly for the April tag sensing.
Color detection.
And yes, we will actually. We'll
Don't we have colors?
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. Are you going to use the color
We'll
sensors? Or are you
probably
gonna
use
use...
the color sensors. That will be more efficient
Okay.
Yeah, I do agree with Marlon. Yeah.
because the limelight. We could do it for that too, but
And then the laser
Right.
odometry. We're
The-
trying to
yeah.
start with that, but because of budgetary constraints.
Simply because of that, we're just going to see if we can get the laser to work. I know that it's been quite a struggle for previous teams with the laser. What are you laughing about, Thomas? Okay.
absolutely nothing.
You want to share with the class?
So I kind of forgot. I was spending about 30 BPs inside the ring, so I just picked it up.
Yeah, no, I'm looking until yeah, they all fell.
Oh, BB's all over the floor.
So that's one of the challenges we're dealing with is incompetence.
Yeah.
From just about everyone here.
Yeah.
Coach included.
Yeah, everybody. We're all a team.
We're very inclusive on who has incompetence.
As long as you can't do anything, you're hired.
So true. Okay, yeah. Yeah, with that being said, yeah, we'll use the color sensors for color detection. The limelight will be for the April tag, like picking up the April tag, recognizing the motif before storing it in memory. We'll be using, originally the idea was to use motor registries. And the reason for this is so that we can actually store them and customize them before runtime. The problem with that is that there's not really a reason to store that. And so for now, we are going to switch to motor configs. I think that recognizing storing things in memory is going to be huge, especially playing in terms with the limelight. The limelight picking up, like as soon as it sees the motif, it needs to recognize it, store it in memory, so that the rest of the code can use it.
And we don't have to look at it again. It just has that for the rest
Yes. You do
Yeah.
not have to keep looking at the motif.
One concern, right? What if it mistakes the motif for something else?
What do you think it would mistake the motif for?
I mean, that really wouldn't happen if the April tags are
Oh
being
yeah,
read.
but if it slightly sees it wrong, will it mistake?
I
No,
don't
because
think
if it's because the combination of another April tag is so different from the April tag that is up that there's no way that it could slightly see it wrong and just shift the whole
Yeah,
image
it's
to
kind
another.
of like a QR code.
It just wouldn't work. That's more like
It's like looking at a fire hydrant and mistaking it for a building.
Yep.
It's like that doesn't really work.
it'll either like see it and get it right, or just it'll see it and just not. Oh, there's no April tag there.
Yeah,
It
it'll
won't
see
get
it.
a different April tag. It'll just
Right.
keep looking for one.
Yeah, it'll see it or it'll either see it or it just won't.
or just keep looking.
Yeah.
Do you recommend the new teams using the limelight?
Yes, actually, I do. The limelight is a very, very simple thing. Once you mess around with the pipelines and stuff like that, once you kind of get it the way you want. So I feel like the code is very simple. It's very switch pipelines, get results, because it is literally like you get the result from the limelight. That's all this is. You get the result from the limelight. Now, what pipelines do, you can actually switch what the result is. So if you set the pipeline for April tags, your result will be April tags. If you set the pipeline for color detection, your result will be a color code. So that's kind of the way that works. In code, all you do is tell it, okay, pull the results. Then you can say, if the result is this, do this.
And what about the laser odometry? Would you recommend new teams use the mechanical or the laser?
If I'm being completely honest, I do not suggest teams, like newer teams, using the laser at all. And the reason for that is simply because it is so overly precise that it can be just kind of jank.
It can also be complicated for new teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
So
can.
the room or tolerance for error is too tight
Yes,
for it to be useful to new
correct.
teams.
I feel like it would be more of a burden than it would be useful.
I agree. I think that's a really good assessment.
And what do you say, Marlon? Do you think the same thing about that, the laser?
Maybe, but also I haven't had too much experience with
That's true.
the laser because that was the goal of us trying to find one, and we,
Yeah.
unfortunately couldn't
Yeah.
at the moment.
You're gonna have to jack one off of Murphy. Thanks for the sound effects. Okay.
All right, so predictions. I predict there is going to be a problem with the way that the intake feeds the balls into the turret.
You think so?
I think so.
I think our switching is gonna be the hardest part. It's gonna be switching. I think.
What do you mean?
Just so trying to switch out ball colors, I think will be the
Yeah. Yeah, if we get to a point where we're trying to match colors perfectly, then that will be an issue. Yeah, I think that's.
Because it would have to fall, and there's a lot more things that could go wrong with the
Right.
the turret idea, launching out, hitting a hood, falling, and then getting taken into the same intake.
Yes. Yeah.
Because what if we shoot it out?
Oh,
What
no, no, juggling. Juggling, where you have a little servo switching.
Oh.
Actually, yeah. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, tell us a little bit more.
I also wasn't aware of the plan switch, so.
So part of the thing we discussed, so originally we were talking about running the hood all the way around to do almost a 180 and literally shoot the ball back into the intake. But we found pretty quickly that so running a 5-inch ball plus the length of our flywheel, that's 10 inches plus 72 millimeters. It's already giant, and there's just not room to do that in the robot.
That's right.
So we're currently looking at running a path through the robot where we intake and basically shoot or move the ball straight to the left, and then it comes around into the shooter, and we make another spot on the right side so the ball can get pushed by a servo away from the shooter and stored on the right side of the shooter, and when we want it, we can push it into the shooter and get sucked up.
Yeah, that's going to be quite an engineering challenge right there.
That's
And coding challenge too. I think both of them are going to be. That's going to be a hard one.
Yeah,
That's gonna be one thing.
working hard this one.
Yeah.
But right now we're just trying to get balls in the goal and
Scoring points on that board.
scoring the purple at the end phases of the teleop and auto phase.
I thought the plan would be score purples mainly until the end phases, and then that's when we put.
Try to match it, yes. I mean, it will be. We're going to be able to do two things. We're going to be able to load the colors that we want, the color combination we want, into the robot by hand. So that will automatically be matched. And then we can go pick up another row 3. They are already going to be sorted in the color that we want. And then we can score those. Those are going to match. So the last 3, we either shoot any color combination we can get, or we get all purples and shoot them in. Either way.
I think that's great. I think that's perfect.
Yep. Solid plan.
Yep.
All right.
And I think that will bring us to our end here.
Yep.
It's been a lot of fun talking with you guys.
Interesting session, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think next time we'll see a little bit how much further we've actually come in terms of building our structure, that type of thing. But for now, we will see you guys later. Thank you. It's been fun.